You back at the Wave News. I'm Burnham Up Mish.
Hey man, it's your brother Don Kennigan.
We're here to talk about the misrepresentation of fatherhood. Now, misrepresentation is only the misleading or a false representation of the nature of something. So today we're gonna be talking about that false representation of fatherhood. Now, that's not just dealing with the fathers that's absent out of their children's lives, but that could even include the ones that's present in their children's lives. Like, for instance, came across this story where it was a man who became a single father after his wife passed away while giving birth to his daughter. And he was raising this daughter as a single father on his own. So eventually the daughter went to school, and the school had rules that clearly stated that the girl shall wear dresses and the boy shall wear pants, but the girl always wore pants to school. So after the school complained about it and everything, she tells her father, and her father tells her that there's no stinking rules. So fast forward in the story, they eventually changed the rules that a girl can now wear pants to school. So when after the new rules instated and she goes back to school, she has on her pants going into school, and her father decides that to make her feel confident in her pants and wear her pants to school, that he's gonna wear a dress while he drops her off at school. Now, you as a father being a man, you shouldn't be out here putting on women's clothing, thinking that's encouraging your daughter, being that you're a man. I mean, how you feel about that, Aki?
Yeah, I actually agree with you. Because as a standard as a man, you don't want to put on any woman's clothing. This is kind of confusing. It's like it's gonna be kind of hard to take me serious, especially when we talk about a serious matter. When we talk about representing your nature properly. You are a young lady. That's I want to raise you to be a young lady. So put on the women's clothing. And some people talk about toxic masculinity and all that stuff. I ain't got anything to do with that. It's just about actually just representing and doing what you're supposed to do.
Speaking on like how he made that decision on raising his daughter, me knowing that you're also a father to a daughter too, could you give advice onto other parents out there who come across these type of issues but just don't know the proper way on handling it?
Yeah, like look, I'm a father to a daughter, so I definitely want to raise a modest young princess. I want her to definitely know her worth, to understand, what she's supposed to actually be in. You put on a princess attire. So what I would do to just what I had to say to other parents, just to encourage them, is to understand what the standard is and actually do your best to have your children to live up to it. They also have to see you doing it as well. So you have to be an example of that. I cannot tell my children to do the right thing if I'm not doing the right thing. So that's what we all want to do together. So let's find out what the highest standard in the earth is, what we're supposed to do. And then let's teach that to our children, because that's what's going to make them great.
Train the children up in the way that they should go. And
that's
they will
right.
not depart from it.
That's right.
Fast Aki.
And we teach them, and we supposed to teach them these ways, look, all the day long. And you actually have an opportunity to do it. It's so many different things that's going on out here with the children. You would, if you just talk to them, you will see that window. You know what I'm saying? Where you can actually share the instructions with them, and not, and even if it's something totally out of the way and they think they never heard of it, they'll be surprised when you can actually show them the reference and show them the points. Like, hey, it's actually right here. So it sounds like something that's old, but what you're talking about is not new. If the old way is telling you to stay away from it.
Exactly. It's been around. You back at the Wave News. I'm Burnham Up Mish.
Hey, it's your friend. It's your brother. It's Don Kennigan.
It's your brother, Don Kennigan.
Better know it.
Hey, and we back today with a major cap alert.
Major cap.
As you've seen the title, it's a house. It's a plane. Nah, it's a planet. It's a planet, Aki. So, a story has been released that someone has put in an inquiry on purchasing the planet. This is where we have to call your major cap right here, because we know that there's not no extra planets or any of that right there. And we got that straight from the creator. As you can see right here, it says that the title right there says the firmament. Here are two scriptures showing you about this firmament. We got Genesis 1:7. It says, and Yahuwah made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And as you can go down to Genesis 1:16 through 17, you see that Yahuwah mentions that he made two great lights and that he set those great lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. So he never made mention of any other planets or anything right there in the beginning of creation. So this made up story about buying a planet is just another way of someone just puffing themselves up.
Sounds like capitalism.
Capitalism.
At its finest.
At its finest. Major cap, man.
It is a major capital. So
what you got to say about this, Aki?
I like being in the earth, man. I like being on earth. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see it in its best condition. You know what I'm saying? And I also want to see its rightful owners have it too. You know, that's the thing that I really want to see. So but when I hear people start talking about buying other planets, because I know people want to buy communities, some people want to buy counties, some people even looking to buying islands and countries. But when we start talking about buying another planet, that's why I gotta say that's a major cap, Aki.
That's a major cap, Aki.
Out of here.
You out of here, literally.
Yes.
Fast, huh? So before anybody else get an idea about going to buy a planet, just remember that the meek shall inherit the earth. You back at the Wave News? I'm Burnham Mish.
Hey, it's your friend again, your brother Don Kenny.
Brothers. A father was killed in his own home by daughter Sneaky Link. That's what the title reads. And if you're not familiar with it, Sneaky Link is basically someone that's someone sneaks around with. Now this case is with some teenagers and not usually with the adults who do the sneaking around. So the story is that a young man took a ladder and climbed up the ladder to get into a man's house to see a young teenage girl. But the father of that home was alerted by a neighbor saying that it's someone that just snuck up your window up there into your house. So the story is told that the father goes up there, he grabs the young man and brings him downstairs to talk to him. And eventually, after minutes of arguing, they begin to shoot at each other, but the juvenile ends up hitting the man and he is killed right there in his own home and he dies in his living room. Now, this is another tragic story, but what would you like to say about this story, Don Kennedy?
Man, that is very tragic. Like you said, you got a man, you at home, you got your family in the house, and somebody sneaks into your home, and then you actually, show him mercy. You didn't do any harm to him. Seemed like you wanted to talk to him, and he didn't want to hear it. So it just seemed like one of those situations where it seemed like it should have been the other way around. If you hear someone breaking into a home, it seemed like that person could have potentially got injured. You would rather no one get injured, especially if someone wants to talk. But that's interesting for someone to sneak into that home and then you catch them and talk to them, and then you end up losing your life. So that is a very sad thing, especially when you just want to protect your family.
Exactly. And keep the thieves and robbers out your house, because you don't know who that could have been climbing up that back window or what their intentions were or anything like that.
Definitely, they not coming to the front door, and then it's not one of those front door hours. One emergency situation, he didn't, like I said, didn't go ring the doorbell, but took a ladder and snuck into the home. You coming in any other way, you know what that is. So yeah, that's a crazy situation.
Facts. It took more energy to take that ladder and climb up there than it is just to approach the father and see if you can deal with the daughter.
Definitely. And see, and that's how you would want to approach it. You know, we got our
Facts.
young brothers out here, young sisters, you know, you got friends and all these different things. It's a way that you actually can do it where if you are trying to hang out and spend time with your friend, let your parents know. Let the parents get involved and make sure that everything is done properly. You know, that you guys are just having some good, clean, kosher fun. What's wrong with that? You know, but if you're trying to sneak around and you're calling people your sneaky link and all that stuff, is that right there, it sounds like something that you shouldn't even be doing.
See,
If you
that's
got to sneak,
the results of sneaky links and things like that. That's why facts out. So like, once another thing to point out that's in this story, that if someone shows you mercy, you should take it into consideration and show it back, because you were spared. You can also do some sparing too.
That's right.
Facts out.
That's right, I keep fast.
Facts out here. You got something else you want to say on
That right there is the perfect way to end it, man. We gotta keep that in mind. Somebody show you mercy, like you really gotta think on that, man. Like they really could have done something to you. So hopefully people can learn from that and think.
Facts.
I really hope that part is clear. You feel me out? Man, listen, that's the thing you really gotta just focus on. I'm telling you, that mercy. Cause you could be up out of here. Anybody say that, man, somebody breaking that, man, who taking the time to try to figure it out? Even if you may have an idea, man, it may be that young boy I told don't come around here. You still don't know what he about to do. I don't know what none of y'all on, fam. If you coming into my home, I don't know what you own.